Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good evening, folks, and thank you for tuning in with me once again to another edition of True Conservative Radio. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in live with me. I can see we have a few people coming in and out of the chat room here. I don't know if we're having any kind of technical difficulties or anything of that nature, but please continue to tune in. If we have chat room difficulties or any other technical difficulties, thanks to the Blog Talk Radio Network, continue to listen in live, and you always know the dial-in number if you have anything to chime in about on this number 140th edition of the True Conservative Radio program. The number to call is 646-652-4869. We got ourselves a free format edition, folks, and basically I don't have anything in particular on the agenda. We're just going to run through what's on the news, at least what's out there on the mainstream internet news media, and analyze it and dissect it in a true conservative fashion. And, of course, folks, before we get into anything else, I'd like for everyone to please add to your favorites the True Conservative blog. And it's one of the best blogs that'll ever slap you upside your fat ass. Let me tell you, go ahead and get back to it at ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. Once again, folks, that's ghostpolitics, all one word, no underscores, ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. Once again, folks, it's been since yesterday since I decided to have another broadcast. And the reason that I'm having these consecutive broadcasts, folks, because I know that we're getting so close to the holidays. And I'm hoping that those that are listening in on a consistent basis, and I see a lot of people in the chat room live with me, thank you very much for tuning in, and all those in the archive listening, I hope that you take the conservative commentary that I am conveying on this program and hopefully relay it when you're sitting there at the Thanksgiving table with your family, with your loved ones, with your friends. When Christmas time comes around, when you've got all the family sitting around at the table, you can initiate these types of discussions because they need to be brought up. And if you're just going to sit there and, gobble up a bunch of food, get your bellies popped and watch football and become a bloated beer-drinking piece of wasted gas-back American trash, well, then I don't even think you should even continue listening to this program right now. I think that you should just turn me off, go listen to some other, tickle my asshole kind of radio program. I'm as serious as a damn heart attack when I convey this true conservative commentary, and I sincerely hope that I am penetrating some sort of subconscious synapse in the brains of those that are listening into my broadcast, because we are in dire straits. And I am in no way trying to be some hyper-sensationalistic ass clown. I'm not trying to be, one of these fear-mongers or anything of that nature. But we are in dire straits as an American people. And once again, folks, this is a free format edition, so I'm just going to basically just chime in on anything that comes across the head here on the True Conservative Radio program. And, of course, folks, if you want to chime in about something in particular, don't be afraid to give me a call. Don't sit there and be a milky licker or be some kind of text chat warrior and flap your fat sausages of fingers on your damn laptop in your crapper, while you're doing a number 2 bowel movement or something. Why don't you get your fat ass up and give me a call? 646-652-4869 is the number to call on this number 140 free format edition of the True Conservative radio program. Now, before I get into anything else, I just am looking at some of the mainstream internet and media news outlets out here. And right off the hot wire, a little over 40 minutes ago, the Associated Press released this report out of the Beltway, out of Washington, D.C., that Harry Reid has set markers for the historic health care debate. Now, what in the hell does that mean? Well, once again, folks, what have I always insisted upon whenever attempting to discuss whatever liberalism is attempting to facilitate? It's all about bureaucracy. It's all about bureaucratic systems. That's all these liberals understand. Now, what is Harry Reid doing? What is Nancy Plastic Face Pelosi doing, for heaven's sake? You know, you got both these Nimrods. Aren't they supposed to be on the same team? And yet they're both initiating bills that seem to be in opposition to one another. The only reason I say that they're in opposition to one another, because Plastic Face Pelosi wants this ultra-leftist, socialistic health care reform idea that is completely ridiculous and completely obnoxious. And then you've got Harry Reid over here trying to play Mr. Politician, you know. He's trying to play Mr. Politician over here and claim to be the moderate voice within the liberal regime. And to overemphasize his moderate propaganda, obviously, according to this Associated Press report that came out 40 minutes ago, Harry Reid has unveiled a long-awaited legislation, tonight. And it's going to extend coverage to every American but 6% of eligible Americans. Now, what the hell does that mean? What's happening to the liberal regime? I thought they wanted to cover everybody. I thought they were being, Mr. and Mrs. Humanitarians. I thought they were being men and women of the people. What happened? You've got Nancy Plastic Face Pelosi initiating this Karl Marx-induced health care reform initiative out there in the House, and then you've got this moderate, politician, bureaucrat Harry Reid initiating this quote-unquote moderate-style health care legislation that's supposed to pacify everyone needed to obtain a majority vote. And the remedy as being a moderate liberal, according to Harry Reid, with this ridiculous legislation that he initiated tonight, it's going to extend health care insurance coverage to all but 6% of Americans. And it's going to bar the private industry from denying insurance because of pre-existing medical conditions. Well, gee, thanks a lot there, Harry Reid. Huh? Oh, geez, you're just an all-around politician, aren't you there? Plastic Face Pelosi, she's sitting here trying to not only chew half her face and gum half her face, but she's trying to initiate some sort of Karl Marx idealistic health care initiative, while you're trying to be Mr. Moderate out here and say, well, you know what, I'm Harry Reid, and I'm the Senate Majority Leader, and I wasn't put as Senate Majority Leader for nothing. So what I'm going to do is, instead of being like old Plastic Face in the House, I'm going to be like a moderate. I'm going to act like I'm a semi-half-ass conservative. But I'm also going to, continue to insinuate that I'm a man of the people, because I'm going to cover all the quote-unquote disadvantaged Americans in America with health care. All but 6% now. Only 6% are going to be left out. 6%. Sorry. You understand the hypocrisy that's happening here within the liberal regime? And why are they going against each other? You got Barack Hussein Obama, our president, the executive branch of the government, who should be the leader of his regime, can't even keep these two bastards under control. and he has a whole different idea of what health care reform is. And you've got these, the Speaker of the House and the Senate Majority Leader in complete opposition with not only themselves, but to the damn president, to the leader of their regime. Now, can somebody please tell me what's wrong with this picture? If you happen to be one of these liberals that were out here during the presidential campaign with these "Yes, we can" posters and with these damn posters of Barack Obama's picture looking like Mao Zedong and all this crap, and you were so hyper-sensationalistic as if this man was going to change the world and bring peace on earth and everything was just going to be so great and so jovial. You know, we were all going to prance around in tights and tutus, and we were going to listen to, you know, that liberal elitist classical opera, you know, that garbage that they call musicals that they attempt to facilitate as art. Oh, yeah, we're supposed to be sipping on the fine wines by now. I mean, just give me a break with this garbage. Nothing happened after Barack Hussein Obama became president, and it's not because he had a Senate or a House that was in opposition to his executive branch. No, 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 no. It was because this man, even though he captivated the audience of the neurotic American public, even though he captivated the American conscience, he did not captivate the authority of his liberal regime. And just looking at the lack of progress that not only this country but our international relations is portraying itself in today's America proves that synopsis. Now, I just don't understand why American people are continuing to tickle their dingleberry-ridden, nutty assholes while these scumbag, sadistic, soulless cash whore politicians are out here not only pimping your lives and pimping your children's lives, but they are pimping your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren's lives. And who holds the key? Who's the creditor to all this American debt that we're initiating ourselves in without any type of legitimate progress for America? Well, none other than communist China. None other than the country we were talking about yesterday that our great president went to go visit with a laundry list of demands and got nothing accomplished with his Mr. They'll Love Me diplomacy. Yeah, remember that during the campaign? I'm not going to go to war. I'm Barack Obama. I'm Mr. Diplomat. They'll love me. Yeah, right. Hu Jintao looked at him as if he just crapped out an egg roll. I mean, Barack Obama was, trying to initiate, a whole bunch of garbage. And we talked about it yesterday if you're interested in that program. It was number 139. But Barack Obama left the Great Wall of China, left visiting the Great Wall of China with his Peter Pecker in his hand. I mean, that was his big accomplishment. He did absolutely nothing. He accomplished nothing with the Chinese. He even in speeches, folks, before he even got to meet Hu Jintao, before he even met this supposed chairman of this ridiculous communist bureaucratic system in China, he was giving speeches to the students out there in China, and he was blatantly saying that America is cowering to the now supremacy of China, that we are no longer superiors to China, that now America and China are now equals. Are you kidding me? I mean, this is just even after pussying out in that fashion, even after, acting like some red-headed, four-eyed, freckle-faced, beaten stepchild that ran out of China with his tail between his legs, even after that, Hu Jintao showed no type of respect to the supposed "they'll love me" diplomacy. I mean, give me a break. And you see, no American, of course, is even talking about this. All they do is watch the boob tube, and you got these left-wing minded news editors and these gatekeepers of media out here showing, Hu Jintao and Barack Obama shaking hands with that crap-eating grin on their faces, and we're supposed to, rub one out after that or some crap. It's ridiculous. No one searches for the substance of the subject matters any longer. And not to get off the point here, let me get back to Harry Reid trying to initiate a new bill. This is a new legislation on top of the last legislation that, got amended out of the damn Senate. This supposed new legislation is going to supposedly wow the moderates that are in opposition of the previous legislation. This is supposed to wow the moderates. The moderate Democrats are supposed to, have a circle jerk over this crap because all Americans are going to be covered, all but 6%. So, they lied, all right? They lied. And I got to look here in the chat room, and I got reminded by one of the chatters here in the chat room that Barack Obama, not only did he leave Hu Jintao's little palace, or whatever you call that little pissing ground out there, with his tail between his legs, at least Barack Hussein Obama, our great president, got to see his half-brother. I don't know if you folks got plastered that in your mainstream media box, whether it was TV, internet, or radio, but oh yeah, Barack Obama, he got to see his half-brother in China. I mean, does anybody know how many brothers and sisters our president has, for heaven's sake? I mean, he's got one in Hawaii, he's got another one in Mumbuku, Africa, or some crap. He's got another one in China. I mean, what the hell's going on here? I mean, seriously, what in the blue hell is going on here with this? He's got a brother in China? I mean, is this a joke? Anyway, with all due respect to our great president, I think that maybe somebody within the family there may have just, I don't know, practiced in some sort of abstinence, or maybe after the first or second kid or something, you may want to put a cork in it or something. I don't know. I'm just suggesting. I'm not trying to be a rude prick, but good Lord, all right. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. This is a free format edition of the True Conservative Radio program. We've been discussing Harry Reid and his new initiated legislation in the Senate that was announced by the Associated Press a little over 50 minutes ago. And this new legislation, he's going to cover all but 6% of the American public. How sweet, huh? Great. It's supposed to wow the moderates out there. It's supposed to wow them all and bring them all on the side of universal health care reform. Yay! Give me a break. Anyway, we're going to take some callers here. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. We're going to take one from the 317 area code. You're on the air.
Hey, I just wanted to call you up and say, didn't you see Barack Obama trying to teabag the Emperor of China?
The Emperor of Japan?
Yeah, the Emperor of Japan. Yeah,
yeah, we talked about that yesterday.
Teabagging, yeah.
Yeah, not only was he was bowing down to this emperor over here, he also bowed down to the Saudi royal prince. Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
Remember he was out there with the Saudis, kicking it out there. I don't know what he was supposed to do. And for bowing down to the Saudi royal prince, he gave him some bling. I don't know if you remember that, but I don't know how racist you can get, but these Saudi royal families actually had a necklace that looked like damn near it came off the neck of 50 Cent or some crap, and they actually put it on our president after bowing down to him.
Yeah, yeah.
It's disgusting. Yeah, I know. What did you think about, Barack Obama, our president, bowing down to the Emperor of Japan?
Well, I just thought that really showed a lot of courage, like turn around and let me sniff your butt and lick it,
Oh, my God. Yeah. Well, I don't know if courage is the right answer. I think it's a little bit more like squeal like a pig boy or something of that nature.
Yeah. Yeah. Just good job. I like your program.
I thank you very much, and I appreciate you bringing that up. Believe me, we should all take that into account when making judgments about our president.
That's right.
Thank you very much. Where are you calling from? Oh, she hung up. Sorry about that. But I want to thank her for calling in, and keep listening, by the way. And if you want to call in and chime in about anything, please give me a call, 646-652-4869. Look, I'm not like, these liberals that are attempting to badmouth certain people that are critical of the liberal regime and the executive branch out here. They're trying to criticize people like me and suggesting that we want the liberal regime to fail. We want the policies, all right? I want the policies of the liberal regime to fail because it is transitioning America, the American Republic, into some kind of quasi-communist socialist malarkey that I don't want to have anything to do with. So anyway, I mean, that's about enough. I mean, we all know Harry Reid is some bureaucratic piece of garbage. And, all he's after is possibly a 2012 bid, maybe more. Maybe a cabinet seat. I mean, that's how these liberals think. I mean, once they came into power, did they all come together like they claim to be, this collective idealism? Did they all come together and actually make the country some kind of better place to live? Absolutely not. They decided to become like rats, and they decided to eat each other for their own bureaucratic positions. This is what plastic-face Pelosi and Harry Reid are doing with all these ridiculous initiations of health care reform. They're trying to crawl and scrape up the bureaucratic ladder just like a liberal, just sniveling weasel bureaucrat does. And that's why I am completely disgusted whenever I hear a liberal or a feminist or some kind of bureaucrat sit here and try to say that the government or some sort of government bureaucracy is the answer to pretty much anything. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say that the government is completely irrelevant, but it is completely too big and completely too powerful at this point. And I'm not going to sit here and go quietly in that good night. I know there's a lot of people out here that are, guzzling down some Billy Carter beer, watching wrestling matches, in their shit-stained underwear and their damn crust-stained, sweat-stained wife beater. And they're sitting back in their home saying, oh, it's okay, just as long as I have enough cheese whiz to guzzle down and enough microwavable food, little thingamabobs, I'll be all right. And it's this type of mentality that has put us in the precarious situation that we are currently in as a country. And this is why I urge all of you that are listening in within the sound of my voice, whether it's live in this program or in the archive, I would like for you to initiate some kind of political discourse with your family. It is important. And don't get me wrong, you're going to get a couple of these Nimrods in your family that are going to actually take up for this liberal regime as if it's actually doing something, all right? I believe me, I mean, you're going to get a couple of these Nimrodic idiots in your family that think that they know something because they're regurgitating what some talking head told them on the boob tube, all right? They're going to sit here and they're going to try to yap that talking head garbage, but what you need to do as a critical thinking, true conservative American that believes in the American Constitution and that loves this country, you need to expose the contradictions that are within liberalism and feminism. It's apparent. It's obvious, but you need to expose it. You need to rub it in their faces. You need to rub it in those that are observing the debate. You need to rub it in their faces. It's the only way that America stands a chance to preserving itself. And that's basically all I'm asking for, folks. I mean, that's what motivates me to do this program. I mean, I'm not doing this for the money. I mean, believe me, if I was doing this for the money, I'd be like these assholes on here on the Blog Talk Radio Network that are sitting here posting their faces everywhere, trying to post their names everywhere, trying to be the next Rush Limbaugh or trying to be the next Sean Hannity, and it ain't going to happen. What I'm hoping to accomplish by conducting these broadcasts on a consecutive basis, I am hoping to penetrate the psyche of those that are listening in. And I don't care what you think your political philosophy is, all right? What you need to understand is you need to come up above it, all right? You need to come up above all this ridiculous Democrat and Republican game, all right? It's malarkey. It's the same crap, different plate, all right? You need to wipe your dirty, bacon bit-ridden ass crack with Republican or Democrat ideology, and you need to start thinking like an individual. Individual. What the hell does that word mean anyway? What does the word individual mean in America any longer? There's nothing individual about America. And I'm not trying to be a hater of America. I'm not like these disgusting, atheistic, long-haired liberals that hate this country. I love this country, damn it. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't be up here giving myself a goddamn heart attack trying to get you people to get up off of the sidelines and get in the front lines to do something to save this goddamn country. I love this country. But there is no originality. There is no individuality in this country any longer. We're all about keeping up with the Joneses. We're all about keeping up with groups and cliques. And what are these groups and cliques based upon? They are based upon suggested ideas, suggested images on the boob tube, through entertainment, through the movies. These ridiculous movie stars and these idiots that we should have no relevance towards. But we put these idiots that do nothing more than read lines off of a piece of paper on a movie screen. We put them on a bigger pedestal than our own lives. And I don't understand why. I do not understand why, folks. This is why I'm saying we've lost our individuality. America has lost its individuality. Just take a look outside your door. Walk outside. When you're conducting your holiday shopping, if you happen to go out on the infamous Black Friday, and you happen to go out there amidst the jungle of Black Friday, because let me tell you, you're getting everybody out there in Black Friday if you happen to be shopping in any shopping center in America. But if you happen to be out there, I want you to keenly observe all the fashions, all the hairstyles, all the purses, all the way people do their makeup, how they walk, how they talk. It's all uniform. It's all cliche. It's disgusting. There's no individuality. It's all simplistic, nimrotic, ignorant buffoonery. We have no critical thinking any longer. And the reason I'm so critical of the American public is because somebody needs to be critical of the American public before our country is flushed down the toilet. And I'm glad. I am sincerely glad that these shows are time-dated and stamped. I mean, these are recorded, for the rest of history. So that when historians look back upon this time and research what happened to America, the great empire, the great civilization that was built upon a nation of immigrants, a nation of freedom, a nation of the American Constitutional Republic, when they look back upon this time and try to research why this great experiment fell apart, they're going to come across the True Conservative radio program. And they're going to coincide the dates, and they're going to coincide the times with the timeline of what happened to this country. And let me tell you, I've been consistent, folks. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. I'm not trying to be the Punxsutawney Phil of political prognostications, but everything that I have ever said that was going to come to pass in this America has come to pass. And I want you individuals to take a real critical analyzation of my rhetoric, a critical analyzation of my conservative commentary, because what I convey to you on this program is serious. But how serious are you going to take it? Are you just going to take this as another ass clown blowing a bunch of hot air out his ass? If you're going to take it like that, well, that's fine. Let me tell you something. In our future, in about 10 or 15 years, you are going to be an insignificant peasant that's probably going to be with your handout, begging for Big Brother to give you another handout, another entitlement check, another voucher, some kind of ridiculous government-funded crap. But if you're one of these individuals that actually understands what I'm attempting to convey on this program, if you're one of these individuals that understands that we need to somehow preserve what this country was built upon, all right, we need to keep this ridiculous government of ours that has done absolutely nothing to protect us, all right? It's done nothing. They have done nothing but tax us to death. And what have these damn bureaucrats have done? What do they do with their tax dollars? They've blown it on garbage. They've built more bureaucracies. They've created a monster with this bureaucratic system. And it's a disgrace. You know, we wouldn't be in this situation right now. I don't believe. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not stupid. I know eventually we would have, come across these pitfalls economically, and I know that we're going to probably go through a couple of more economic pitfalls. I mean, economically right now, if you look at the numbers, if you look at the statistics, if you look at the fact that America consumes more than it produces, folks, our economy looks very glib. It looks very bad. And if you want to look the other way, well, then you go tickle your asshole and look the other way in the corner by yourself. But we need something, damn it. We need some people out here. While the Constitution is still valid, we need some people out here to start taking some kind of a stand, taking some sort of critical analysis about their environment, about what's going on around them, about these power-hungry autocrats that are in Washington that are giving us backhands, that are giving us bitch slaps with these legislations that they initiate that do nothing but tighten us more in bondage. And I don't know about you folks, but I ain't into that kinky crap. What are you? How about you? Is that what you want? I mean, seriously, is that what you want, for heaven's sake? It seems to me that that's what all of America wants. And it makes me want to throw up nasty chicken grease and corn oil and cream of wheat with 5-day-old cereal and stomach plasma whenever I walk outside at my door and see the disgusting filth that's walking this great country of ours. This ungrateful filth. These people walk as though everything is supposed to be accorded to them. It's supposed to be handed to them on some sort of a golden platter. Oh, let me go ahead and service you, even though you're a loser to America and make no contribution to our country. We're going to go ahead and give you whatever you want, whatever it may be, right here on this golden platter. Here you go. Have it, eat it, love it, and like it. I don't think so, folks. I don't play that game. I don't know about you ass clowns that, I don't know, you're loving this new socialistic transition into what we've turned into, but I don't really appreciate it one bit. All right? I don't appreciate it one bit. Anyway, what else is going on in the news? I know that I went off on a tirade there on Haywire Zone and all this other crap. Anyway, let me give you a little bit of world news. We're having a bunch of bombings in Pakistan. According to all reports, we got a bombing that just happened about 10 minutes ago that, according to reports, has already killed about 5. And this is just preliminary reports here, and we're having bombings every day. As a matter of fact, right here we have a report that states that the United States military has killed 3 with a drone out there in Pakistan. And let me tell you, Pakistan is a very serious situation to America's national security. And I know that individuals find it difficult to understand why. Well, let's just explain this, that the reason that Pakistan is so critical to America's national security is because these idiots have a nuclear weapon. They have the capability of launching a ballistic missile with a nuclear warhead on it and causing some serious damage to anyone that is inflicted that military scorn. Now, that's first of all. Second of all, we have an already Islamic fundamentalized situation out there in Afghanistan. We've got an Islamic fundamental dumbass situation in Pakistan. I mean, excuse me if I'm tongue-tied when referring to these damn Islamic fundamentalists, because you have to be so damn politically correct now that you have all these hate crime bills that the liberal regime is initiating. Now that you can't say what you want to say, I mean, you got to say it in another direction, in another fashion, because if you don't, you may be questioned and asked if you hate a certain group of people, or you may be put on a watch list if you, say something in a vulgar manner against a certain demographic of individuals. So please excuse me if I get a little tongue-twisted on this ridiculous Islamic fundamentalist garbage, but to be completely honest with you folks, we've got Islamic fundamentalists in Pakistan, and the reason that you're hearing bombings, if you happen to be keeping up with Pakistan, the reason that there is consistent bombings is because the only thing propping up that government, the Pervez Musharraf government that he left behind to Bhutto's husband or son or whoever the hell it is, the only thing keeping that bureaucratic system of government up and afloat is America, all right? I know that it's hard for people to understand that, but that's the only thing keeping that bureaucratic system of government legitimate. Now, you have the Taliban and Al-Qaeda just throwing all kinds of suicide bombings, car bombings, improvised explosives all over the cities of Pakistan to destabilize the region. Because when they destabilize the region, they're going to take over the cities just like they took over Afghanistan, and we're back to square one. So this Pakistan situation is very precarious, and how we're going to remedy it, I have no idea. And you see, folks, if the Taliban and Al-Qaeda get a hold of Pakistan and actually overthrow the bureaucratic systems of government in that country, India has already stated that they're going to have not one bit of a problem to invade Pakistan or just to nuke the damn place with their nuclear weapons. So, folks, this is not a joke, this Pakistan situation, huh? But if you asked Sarah Eskimo Bimbo Palin, old going rogue broad, who the conservatives or so-called conservatives are anointing as the conservative mouthpiece of America, listen to what she has to say about Pakistan. And this is supposed to be the conservative mouthpiece. This is supposed to be the great hope of the Republican Party. What a disgusting disgrace. Run the tape.
The United States is deeply unpopular in Pakistan. Do you think the Pakistani government is protecting al-Qaeda within its borders?
I don't believe that new President Zardari has that mission at all. But no, the Pakistani people also, they want freedom. They want democratic values to be allowed in their country also. They understand the dangers of terrorists having a stronghold in regions of their country also, and I believe that they too want to rid not only their country but the world of violent Islamic terrorists.
What specifically, in your view, could be done to convince the new government in Pakistan to take a harder, tougher line against terrorists in that country?
At a time when new leadership comes in, that is the opportunity to forge better, tighter, more productive relationships, and that's what we'll take advantage of with new leadership in the U.S. and in Pakistan. And I'm sure that President Zardari, too, will agree with us as we commit to the support that Pakistan needs.
Put a muzzle on her, please. Somebody put a muzzle on that broad. I mean, do you understand why America is in some serious trouble, folks, when this bimbo is the mouthpiece of the conservative movement. I mean, do you understand why I'm so upset as a true conservative American, somebody who's lived a conservative lifestyle all my life? Somebody like Sarah Palin, who insists on being some sort of evangelical conservative, and she's so innocent, and, she tries to, put herself in front of a camera, in front of a church choir, and all this other nonsense. And lo and behold, her daughter is getting the high hard one by some idiot who knows how to work a hockey stick. And by all reports, he's Levi Johnson, this Bristol Palin love affair, this broad that the father of the child that Bristol Palin shitted out. Levi Johnson is out here posing for Playgirl for all you fruity asses and freak show women that actually want to, get your rocks off to that garbage. But, let me tell you, it just overemphasizes the credibility of this individual who's supposed to be the mouthpiece of the conservative movement. We're in disarray, folks. All right? We're in disarray here. I mean, give me a damn break. I mean, there's just no hope for us, and the reason that there's no hope is because we have a lack of ideas. We have a lack of ideas, and we have a lack of principle out here. You have the supposed conservative wing of those that are in power today in this so-called House and Senate. These individuals are completely okay with garbage that we wouldn't have been okay with about 8-9 years ago. I mean, teen pregnancy, no big deal. How cute. Single-parent families being the majority of the day. How great. Look, everybody's becoming a degenerate loser and fiscally irresponsible. Great. Look at our education system. They're producing a bunch of non-critically thinking, spit-back, knowledge-ridden pieces of autocratic, robotic garbage. How cute. I just don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I mean, part of me wants to, shed a few tears. Another part of me wants to... I want to break something. I want to break something. I want to break something. Because I can't believe this is America. I can't believe this is America. I can't believe that this is America. What have we become? What the hell have we become? God, what the hell's going on? I mean, what the hell's going on here? I mean, have I crawled into some sort of rabbit hole? I mean, am I in some sort of another dimension? Am I in a bad dream? Is no one aware of the apparent ridiculousness of today's reality? Is no one else out there understanding how pathetic America looks in anyone who has any kind of rational thought, any kind of rational perspective? We're looking pathetic out here. We used to be the bastions of capitalism. We used to be the bastions of education. You understand? We were the pinnacle of everything that was successful in the 20th century. Well, now look at us. Look at how we begin the 20th century, like a bunch of gluttonous, ignorant pieces of dumbass, consumeristic, soulless, immoral crap. This is what this has become, folks. Oh, my chest hurts, folks. I mean, my chest hurts because I'm pissed off. I got a lot of anger. But another part of the reason that my chest hurts is because my heart is broken. It's broken in pieces, you... It's in pieces, for goodness sake! Got this crap all over the place. I got shattered glass, I got all kinds of crap, but you know what? It's my heart, folks. It's the weight of my heart, not the size of it. You ungrateful liberal, anything that's ever part of it. I can't believe this country of mine has turned into this liberal and feminist ignorant shithole. What the hell have we become, you piece of... I better calm down, folks. I better calm down. But the reason I'm so upset... the reason I'm so upset, and the reason I'm breaking up this goddamn crap, is because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. How about you? I'm sick and tired of going outside my door. It hurts to wake up every morning, damn it! It hurts to wake up every morning and have to see what America used to be and look at it, what's turned into now. It's turned into a ridiculous, gluttonous, consumeristic, pussy-whip version of itself. With no one with any kind of critical thinking, with no one with any type of thought process whatsoever. No type of individuality is the key word. Individuality. And let that word penetrate through your damn conscience. Individuality. That's the word, folks. Jesus Christ. I better calm down. You know, my heart is pumping here, and my chest is hurting, but you know what, folks? If I sit here and keel over of a damn coronary, I really don't give two rats' asses. I really don't give two rats' asses. Anyway, I want to hear from you. All right? Don't be a text chat warrior. Don't flap your fat Dorito-stained fingers on the keyboard. Get your fat cottage cheese ass up off that chair and get to the nearest phone and dial 646-652-4869 and give me a call and tell me what in the hell's on your damn mind. It's really unfortunate that most of America uses this internet, this great tool that we call the internet, for pornographic purposes. Oh, yeah, they go out and they're trying to, look for teenage girls, teenage boys so that they can deflower, so they can rob the innocence of, instead of going out there and enlightening themselves to what is going on around them, folks. And this is why I'm so goddamn critical about the American public. This is why I'm so goddamn critical. 646-652-4869. I mean, where are we going from here, folks? I mean, where's our country going from here? Here, let's take some callers and see what in the blue hell they have to say. 1111, you're on the air.
Ghost.
Hey, what's going on?
I appreciate you coming up on here every chance you get an opportunity, because you got to drum these subject matter to these people's heads. So I think we all appreciate that.
Well, thank you very much. Let me tell you, I'm doing it with every ounce that I have left within my old ass body. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, that's good, because we need more people to do that. I tried calling in the other night. I wanted to talk about. I was real disappointed to see the only guy on TV in the news the only guy I really trusted, I think, actually told the truth. Lou Dobbs get, I don't know, let go or resign. I think it just kind of shows that what the people see on the television is not.
I completely agree with you. You know, we talked about Lou Dobbs and excuse me, about the situation that he's in. It was abruptly an abrupt resignation, to say the least. And to be perfectly honest with you, you look at the type of material that's being pumped out of the CNN network out there, and it's nothing but a bunch of leftist, pro-liberal regime type socialistic crap. And then you've got Lou Dobbs, who's actually telling you the straight dope, you know, telling you things that you wouldn't have otherwise heard on a legitimate media source like this. And now he's, you know, like you said, whether resigning or being run off, whatever the two might be, but I think it's a rather shame that Lou Dobbs is not going to be out here amidst the mainstream hoopla, you know, trying to be that shred of truth out there, in the, at least for the voice of the middle class and upper middle class in the American public.
Yeah, I think it just goes to show what we're getting on the news is, you know, is it are we supposed to know the whole truth and nothing but the truth, what's going on out there, or are we supposed to just, you know, see what we're supposed, you know, believe what we're told, you know, on the television set?
Well, you know what individuals will say is that that the media is ran in the fashion that it's in because the media is nothing more than a profiteering machine. I mean, these are publicly traded companies on the stock exchanges. These are individuals looking for profits, so they're going to do whatever it takes and show the public whatever news that they're going to keep their eyes glued to, whether it's dramatic, whether it's hyper-sensationalistic, whether it's the latest rodent on Paris Hilton's rotten crotch, whatever it is, they're going to show it to the American public because they want those advertising dollars to continue to rise each quarter.
I agree. It's just a damn shame because I just look at.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I mean, okay, look, I'll give that prank caller a little bit of credit, okay? Not only did he, you know, sit here and attempt to provide, you know, some kind of discourse, but then this moron actually, what was that, some sort of a voice effects processor? I mean, did this ass clown pull out a microphone out of his shit funnel and, you know, put it up his colon pipe, and did we hear his voice echo through his colon? I mean, what in the blue hell was that? At least that was a little bit original, you stupid little peach fuzz on the balls having jerk nut. Stupid little weasels. I wouldn't be surprised if these morons you know, were Alex Jones worshiping pieces of crap. You know, because it's these damn morons that are, oh, we need to take over the Federal Reserve, and oh, we need to... It's ridiculous. All right? I mean, give me a break, folks. I mean, you see, but this is what I get. This is what I'm used to out here. I mean, it'd be one thing to have some damn, you know, liberal long hair or some sort of muff-diving, you know, bulldyke feminist call up and attempt to try to scream at me with their talking points and their ridiculous propaganda. But you know that they don't call up here doing that. You notice that, right, folks? I know that the individuals that listen to me live in the broadcast, yeah, they see a few liberals flapping their fat sausages on the fingers on their crustated keyboards because of all the frequency of pornography. They're out here talking all that liberal crap in the chat room, but they not dare call me up and attempt to try to put me on the debating table. There is not one liberal that has called up and attempt to, debate yours truly. Because I will make them look lower than a leprechaun's nutsack. I will make them look like a mental midget, and they know it. That's why these liberals stay away from this program. That's why you don't see these disgusting, despicable liberals call me up. But you hear these prank-calling little bastards, huh? And you can tell by the lack of bass in their voice that they're the youth of America, the disenchanted, fruity-ass, pussy-whipped youth. Oh, yeah. Have you seen the average male that's under the age of 30 years old in America today? I mean, haven't you just take a glance at the average male under the age of 30? And I don't mean to group every male in this category, but once again, like old Ghost says, a group is defined by its majority. A group is defined by its majority. And if you look at the average male under the age of 30, they look like they popped out of the anal passage of some damn offspring of some San Francisco bathhouse in 1979. Some fruity-ass feminized crap. And I'm supposed to palate this crap, huh? I'm supposed to take it. I'm supposed to just sit back and say, oh, you know what? Everything's gravy. I'm a conservative. Everything's going to be all right. But it's not going to be all right, damn it. And that's why I'm up here. And that's why I want you to do something. Why don't you do something? I mean, this is what I'm talking about out here. I mean, you want to know why the average male under the age of 30 is looking like they just popped out of the anal passage of George Michael or some crap? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why. Because we have this education system that has been hijacked by liberals and feminists that have implemented the absolute pussification. The absolute pussification of America. And that is why we have a bunch of little pansy-ass little 30-year-olds walking like they're playing for the pink team out here, and you actually have these women nowadays. Women are becoming more masculine than the males. It's a disgrace, all right? It's an utter disgrace, but we've accepted this. The social ills have become the social norms in America. All right, I mean, women who shit out about 7 or 8 kids by 7 or 8 different fathers are not only embraced, but they're pussy pampered. They're given $8,500 a month in federal government subsidies. I mean, people are having divorces, divorce after divorce, changing divorces like they're changing dirty, shitty, skid mark, nutty smelling underwear. It's a disgrace. It's disgusting, man. I mean, why do you think I do these programs? I just don't understand why anyone in this country cannot take a good whiff of what's happening in America. Just take a good whiff. Take a smell of it right now. It smells like a dirty, smelly, disgusting carnival urinal. That Fat Albert just came out of after, guzzling down a couple of T-bones. I mean, give me a damn break. It's disgusting. It's utterly disgusting and sick. Anyway, 646-652-4869. And before I continue on with the program, folks, I know that we are approaching the holidays, and I would like to strongly advise everybody to please check out the True Conservative Shop, which is nothing but a cafe press little offshoot. So please check it out. If you happen to see anything on there, just check it out. cafepress.com/ghostpolitics. All right, cafepress.com/ghostpolitics. Check it out. And at the same time, folks, these sporadic broadcasts that I conduct on a frequent or sometimes non-frequent basis, I don't have a set schedule. So if you want to be here and you want to be live in the chat room and you want to be live during the conducted broadcast, please add me to your Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. It's the best way to figure out when I'm going to conduct one of these live broadcasts. And once again, folks, it's twitter.com/ghostpolitics. And by the way, if you happen to have a Twitter account, please Twitter that you're actually listening to this program. All right? Twitter, put it on Facebook. Take a damn audio widget of this broadcast and put it on your damn little MySpaces and your little social networking. All that crap. I mean, because, folks, I don't advertise this show. I mean, the history of this show is all grassroots. I'm not out here conducting interviews, even though I've been asked to do many of them. I'm not out here trying to put my face everywhere. All right, the only reason that I have thousands upon thousands of podcast downloads is because I am pure grassroots. I'm a true conservative, and I am hoping that the individuals that listen to my broadcast will help me and those that appreciate true conservative commentary to spread the word about this program. Tell your mammy, tell your pappy, tell your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa, your friends, your colleagues. Tell everybody! And let them know that true conservatism will rise again. It will rise again! But I need your help, folks, all right? Don't be a bunch of nipple clamp loving, butt plug up the ass looking, ass tickling milky lickers. Go out there and spread the word about the true conservative radio program. And I'm serious, folks. I need your help. Anyway, folks, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. And I'm looking here on the switchboard, and all I'm seeing is a bunch of 1111 numbers. A bunch of 1111 numbers, which are probably either Alex Jones nut jobs who can't debate me when it comes to the Federal Reserve, backhand that I gave the Alex Jones worshipers, so they call me up and agitate me, or it's a bunch of muff-diving feminists or liberal longhairs that can't debate me on their stupid talking points, so they decide to call me up and act like, the Jerky Boys or something, and, they're out here trying to impress some cyber woman or something and saying, hey, I'm going to call a true conservative radio show, and I'm going to make a prank call. And they think that's going to win brownie points with the cyber poontang, for heaven's sake. Don't you understand, you stupid Chris Hansen to Catch a Predator losers that are out here, trying to rub one out on the cyber internet when you should be conducting yourself properly and actually informing yourself about your surroundings around you? Don't you understand that you are accomplishing nothing but becoming a sexual deviant and perpetuating that same activity to everyone else that observes you? It's just disgusting. Unbelievably disgusting out here. And people in the chat room are like, what, cyber poontang? Yeah, cyber poontang, all right? Look, folks, occasionally I'll go into some of these, voice chat communities to try to conduct some conservative debate out here. Even though if you happen to patronize any of these ridiculous chat room communities, they are filled with the absolute colon of the world. Like all the leftover crap, of people, the leftover crap of humanity, the excrement of humanity, it's all out here on these voice chat communities. But believe it or not, I actually attempt to go on some of these voice chat communities and try to convey some conservative commentary, some conservative debate. And you'll actually have these morons attempting to facilitate some sort of cyber fornication in the public chat room, for heaven's sake. And believe it or not, you actually have cyber hookers. Little cyber hookers out here that are trying to lure these To Catch a Predator Chris Hansen subjects into some sort of cyber sexual liaison. And the only way that this cyber whore bag will, give you any cyber poontang is if you deposit $10 in her Amazon.com account or some crap. All right? And this is the life of some cyber internet voice chat loser. In a nutshell, all right? So, if you are attempting to facilitate any kind of social life, or you're trying to tap into some sort of social pipeline through these voice chat communities, well, then obviously you maybe need to take a short walk off a long pier, all right? Maybe you need to, take a bath with a plugged-in toaster around you or something like that. It's just disgusting. And I didn't mean to get off on this chat room malarkey. But the reason that I'm taking it so serious, folks, is because, I thought at first, when I was first introduced to the Internet some time ago, I was fascinated with chatting with individuals from all over the world. But then I started realizing that the individuals that continuously patronize these little online establishments, the individuals that continued to patronize these voice chat communities were the literal human excrement of the world. I mean, these are individuals that literally woke up, got on the voice chat community, and would stay all the way 12 hours, 15 hours until they passed out. Now, how are these individuals able to, have some sort of a internet chat life where they can get on the internet and literally be on there talking to a bunch of schmoes they don't even know for 12 hours? Well, look at our American entitlement system, folks. Look at our pathetic American entitlement system. That's why you have so many loser chatters, fat jelly-ass bastards, so many people with so much time on their hands out here. It's a disgrace. We are ignorant, and we need to slap ourselves back into reality, for heaven's sake. Anyway, I don't know why I got off on that tirade about cyber poontang, and you know that this is a damn free format edition, all right? I mean, I know that it's a free format edition here, but I'm sorry. Anyway, folks, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. Let me go ahead and see what else is out here on the hot wire, out here on the news, besides Harry Reid and his ridiculous new legislation for health care reform. Let me see. I'm looking here in the Associated Press. And according to Obama 4 minutes ago, Obama says that talks are underway on Iran sanctions. Well, great, Obama. All right, why don't you fund the resistance that is highly prevalent within the borders of Iran and have Iran implode from within? And if Iran imploded from within, the whole damn region of the Middle East would start imploding upon itself. I guarantee it, and I'm glad I said it. This damn show is time-dated and stamped. If the government of the United States would fund either clandestine operations to the resistance that I am personally connected with, and I'm sure they're personally connected with, or whoever's personally connected with, in Iran, they would legitimately get an unraveling would happen. A literal unraveling would happen, a domino effect, so to speak. We would have individuals that would literally take over Iran from within. These are Islamic people. Let's not go the sanctions route. Let's not go the whole, let's go ahead and bomb their nuclear facilities route. Let's fund the clandestine operations that are within Iran and let them implode from within. And once Iran toppled, the Islamic Revolution, the whole founding motivation of all this terrorism that's within our midst at this present time, in my opinion, I think it'd be flushed down the toilet. All right? I think it would be flushed down the proverbial toilet because once the Islamic world saw that the Islamic Revolution, this whole fundamentalist radical idea of Islamic law being implemented as some sort of secular government has failed, I think that puts a big damper on the whole fundamentalist Islamic radical idea. So that's what I believe. I think that we need to fund the resistance in Iran, and I think we need to take down the Ayatollah in that fashion. Because let me tell you, the people that I talk to in Iran, they're ready. I mean, they're ready to go. They are ready to go. Anyway, about that Pakistani bombing that I told you previous, it's now up to 16 killed in Pakistan. 16. I reported earlier in the program it was 5. Now it's up to 16. I'm telling you, Pakistan is a very precarious situation. I don't want to go into it once again, folks, but I think that everybody should they should definitely keep a keen eye on that particular situation. And you know what's really sad is that I'm sitting here, I'm looking on the big time mainstream internet news organizations. These so-called news organizations that are supposed to inform me as somebody who wants to be an informed American, an informed person. And I'm being bombarded with advertisements for the latest Palm Pre and the latest iPhone and the latest Android. I mean, aren't we in the midst of a great recession? I mean, aren't we at 10% unemployment? Isn't everybody bitching that, it's the poor in America. The poor it's taking it up the tailpipe in America. I mean, and yet, there's still enough money for advertising campaigns and research and development for new phones. I mean, look, I don't mean to go off on a rant here, but I know that the individuals that listen to me on a consistent basis for the past 3 years that I've been broadcasting here on the Blog Talk Radio Network, I know that, this is probably pretty much broken record here, but I think it needs to be re-emphasized and it needs to be said once again. Now, one of the things that we need to realize is that America is ungrateful, all right, the American people. And the reason I say that the American people are ungrateful is because we were given a great opportunity to conduct ourselves in a free market society. We were able to get what we put in as far as our labor is concerned, all right? We were able to get paid fairly decent wages and given the opportunity to save those wages for a prosperous retirement, and we didn't do that. Instead, we had a fiscally irresponsible public that was completely uneducated thanks to our liberal and feminist education system that dumbed down our American populace by de-emphasizing critical thinking and creativity and emphasizing spit-back knowledge and multiple choice questions. This is why America is in the precarious situation that it's in. But even in precarious times, even though we're not in the best economy, we're not in the best consumerist economy, I don't think people are suffering as much as they like to claim they're suffering. I mean, why are people still buying these stupid, ridiculous cell phones? All right, look, folks, I bought a cell phone 3 years ago, one of those brand new little touchscreen ones 3 years ago. I still got it, okay? I'm not going to, shit-can the first cell phone after 6 months because some stupid idiot engineers in one of these cell phone companies decided, oh, look, I'm going to give you a new email feature. Oh, look at me, I'm going to give you the 3G network feature. I'm going to give you your tickle your asshole feature. Shut your mouth! And the reason I bring up this whole cell phone bit and the reason that it's just, burning a hole in my stomach is because, once again, folks, this is supposed to be the Great Recession, right? People are supposed to be starving out here. I mean, the federal government went out to Detroit to hand out 3,500 families or 3,500 people federal assistance, federal entitlements. And 35,000 people showed up. Damn near caused a riot. I mean, this is how ridiculous we're getting here in this country, folks. I mean, we're begging for handouts. We're on our knees, for heaven's sake. We're on our knees saying, please, will you give me another stimulus package check, please? We shouldn't be begging for handouts. We should be demanding opportunity. Because that's what America was about, damn it. Opportunity was America. Opportunity was America. And now we have withered away to nothing more than some Fabian socialistic piece of crap. But it's not too late, folks. It may seem too late to the rational mind, because if you take a look at the American landscape, it doesn't seem to me or anybody with any kind of rational thought that the American people are going to come up to some sort of great awakening as if the sun's going to hit them and they're going to see the light. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think that these individuals are going to continue on their mindless, consumeristic, gluttonous, meaningless existence. Because it is meaningless, folks. I mean, we have single-parent families that are the majority of the day. I mean, if you don't have family and you don't have your little gluttonous materialism, what the hell do you have? You have nothing! And that's why when we started seeing the first remnants of this economic contraction, once we started seeing the first traces of the economic contraction, what happened? People started killing themselves. You had that one guy in California that killed himself, killed his family, killed his daughters, because, there's going to be a foreclosure on his home. There's going to be a foreclosure on his house, and I can't live anymore. My life has no significance without a big fancy house or without a big fancy car, because I am such an uncreative, disgusting, anti-individual, and that I'm such a conformist, imbecilic robot that I must have a big house and a big car to be happy in this new America. I mean, this is what my broadcasts are dedicated to. They're dedicated to the idea of the American family. The American family's going extinct, folks. You know, I'm not trying to be, somebody who is attempting to try to be some bad character here. All right, I'm not trying to be some nefarious fearmonger like, some of these other idiots out here. All right? But once again, folks, I'm just asking you to think. And what I'm asking you to do is that, come this holiday season, come this Thanksgiving, come this Christmas, come this New Year's, you need to have a sit down with your family, with your friends, with all those that you're going to be around. And you need to have a legitimate political debate. Because if we don't start getting political real quick, folks, not only are we going to lose this country, and not only is America going to wither away into oblivion, but your future, your children's future, your great-great-great-great-grandchildren's future are going to be in chains of bondage. They're going to throw themselves back into serfdom. All right? I mean, this is what we are doing. This is what's unfortunate about America. All right? I mean, we had it so great, didn't we, folks? I mean, we all grew up in America. We all prospered, at least, those of us that weren't fiscally irresponsible and, lived paycheck to paycheck our whole lives. I mean, those of us that actually went out and busted our asses and put some odd dollars in the bank and invested properly and understood that life is a constant survival gag reel. I mean, I hate to put that euphemism into play there, but that's what it is. We realized that, we had it great. I mean, I love this country. I love what we used to be. I mean, I remember in the 90s, assholes there were so many jobs out here that assholes were hopping from job to job to job. I remember one moron that my son, he didn't necessarily hang around, but he went to school with. My son went to school with some idiot when he was about 17 or 18. This kid had a job every week, a new job every week. Now, you're lucky to get a job a year in this economy. Why is that? Because of these dumb politicians, these damn liberals that are in office right now that are doing nothing more than selling us out. These liberals that are supposed to be men and women of the people, these liberals and feminists that are supposed to be such, bleeding heart, I care about everybody type of individuals, these people are wolves in sheep's clothing. And the only thing that I need to say to prove my analysis of these liberals and this liberal regime is the Stimulus Package 2 bill. The Stimulus Package 2 bill was an open raid on the American tax system by all those that donated to the campaigns of the liberal regime. Oh, yeah, folks, and I hate to keep re-emphasizing that fact, but, folks, it needs to be said, and it needs to be rubbed into the goddamn the damn face of these damn liberals. All right? The Stimulus Package 2 bill gave all the billions upon hundreds of billions of dollars to all the Wall Street guys that are giving themselves their big $1 billion bonuses. All right, those are our tax dollars. Those are your tax dollars. Every time you bust your ass at your job, if you still have one in this ridiculous socialist economy, every time you're docked from your check, all those taxes, well, a lot of that just went to these Wall Street bankers that are going to have themselves a Merry Christmas. Oh, with these big bonuses, folks, and I strongly advise you, if you don't believe me, Google Wall Street bonuses. And just be disgusted, all right? I mean, puke up the ham and cheese sandwich that you had earlier this evening looking at these Wall Street bankers and the bonuses that they're going to rake in thanks to our tax dollars, your tax dollars, that this liberal regime, these men and women of the people, allowed to happen. All of them, the Senate, the House, and Barack Hussein Obama, who signed this crap into law. They just allowed these Wall Street bankers to take our money. They just allowed them to take our money, for heaven's sake. And these are supposed to be men and women of the people, the Democrats, the liberals, these disgusting, despicable, bureaucratic scoundrels. I mean, these are the same individuals that not only, after they gave away our money to these Wall Street bastards, they started having fundraisers. Oh, yeah, they had fundraisers for Corzine in New Jersey, and they had all these fundraisers that Barack Obama was patronizing right before the elections this past November. That's right, and we reported that right here on the True Conservative radio program. And guess who showed up at these $20,000 a head dinners for these fundraisers for the Democrats? Well, none other than the Wall Street boys that got bailed out by our taxpayers. By our taxpaying dollars! I mean, I could not make this up. I wish I was making this up because it's disgusting that I'm not making it up. Let's put it that way. Our taxpaying dollars were not only funneled by these damn liberals, but they were blatantly extorting our emotions. Or not my emotions, because I knew and read this crap a long ago. I mean, look back in that damn archive. I strongly advise you. I've been saying this from day one, that all this crap that has come to pass was going to come to pass, folks. You know? I mean, I've been saying this from day one. It's a disgrace. Utter disgrace. And, you know, obviously we got some liberal in here, you know, SETI J, you know, I guess that's his name. Obviously some Democrat, because, you know, he's acting like some stupid, pompous, liberal elitist. In the chat room, he's making comments like, well, of course, you know, we're backing up Barack Obama. That's why he got elected, because liberal elitists like myself who like to sip on the fine wines and go to the San Francisco playhouses, I mean, we were the ones that elected this great sorcerer of a man, this great emperor, Barack Obama. I'll tell you what there, SETI. I mean, why don't you go ahead and give me a call? I'd like to debate you one-on-one. You're sitting there flapping your fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboard, talking so highly about your liberal regime. Why don't you put your money where your mouth is and give me a call at 646-652-4869. All right? I mean, give me a call right now. All right? You're on? Okay, we're going to take some callers right now. He's apparently on. I'd love to hear this liberal. Is this you, 817? 817, is that you? 817, you're on the air. Hey, 817, stop playing with your pecker shaft and say something. Well, 817's no longer on the line. All right, we're going to go down the line here. Continue going down the line. All right, well, we got nothing but a bunch of 111 numbers. Let's see what happens with these ass clowns. 111, you're on the air.
Listen, man, my phone got a bad connection. I want to talk to you. I'm calling you back on another line. You got a problem with that?
Well, call me back. What are you talking about?
I'll call you back. I'm having a problem, man. Respect that. I will call you right back.
All right, yeah, and get a bucket of chicken while you're at it, for heaven's sake. What the hell's going on back there? You having a party or what? Anyway, he's gotten off the line. Anyway, we're going to another one. 1111, you're on the air. What's going on?
My big cock, Terry, blind, no.
Great, we got the Jerry's kids, out for the evening today. Here, that's great, huh? Give me a break. Anyway, we got another 1111. You're on the air. Well, what the hell is going on here? I mean, are you kidding me, you ass clowns? I mean, are you kidding me? I'm looking for SETI J, all right? That's who I'm looking for. I'm looking for this ass clown who's trying to flex nuts in my chat room, thinking that he's such a bad, liberal, lying badass. I'm waiting for this moron to call up because apparently this man has substance upon substance upon substance to put onto the debating table. And I would be more than happy to cut this man down lower than Mini-Me's nutsack if he has a pair. All right, now where the hell are you there, SETI, Mr. Liberal America, Mr.
Oh, I'm the liberal man that's, I just love Barack Obama. I mean, I just love fine wines. I'm a liberal elitist. I'm on the board of several nonprofit organizations. I like to look at men's toolboxes. Yeah. Oh, I'm out of San Francisco. I swing both ways, yeah. Oh, yeah. My name's SETI J is what they call me, yeah. We voted for Obama. Yeah, we love him, actually. I mean, even though he hasn't done anything for our country, we really love him. I'd like to see his toolbox. Oh, my God. I saw him without his shirt. Oh, my God.
Anyway, that's enough. All right, SETI. Hopefully one of these are you, and, we're not having a bunch of ass clowns calling up talking a bunch of malarkey, because I definitely want to hear a liberal call up and justify the open raid on the American tax system, bowing down to Saudi Arabia, bowing down to the Emperor of Japan. I want to hear this. All right, SETI, is this you?
Hello, this is James.
Who is this?
James.
James what?
James Mildred.
All right, what's going on?
I just want to tell you that I love your show, first of all. And I love the way you just get so fired up and so sweaty. And you put these people...
Get this fruity ass off. I can already tell it's a prank call. Get him off! Stupid idiot. Isn't like RuPaul's show on for you fruit bowls or something? I mean, is there anything else better for you to do? And instead of, sitting up here, playing with your wing-wang, calling the True Conservative radio program, I'm looking for SETI J here. That's what I'm looking for, this infamous liberal SETI J. Is this you now, SETI? Hello, 111, is this you? SETI J, obviously that's not you. I mean, this is what really pisses me off, all right? This is what really, really pisses me off. You got some pompous little liberal elitist asshole in the chat room. And, of course, I believe in freedom of speech, just as long as you're not getting obnoxious and, completely disgusting and illegal about your content on this chat room. I'm all for freedom of speech. But when you're going to sit here and try to call me out on my political persuasion, I want you to call me right now and put yourself right now. I want you to put your substance on the debating table. Come on, SETI. I want you to justify why your weasel of a president sat and allowed and signed into office this ridiculous stimulus package 2 bill that was nothing more than an open raid on the American tax-paying system by these Wall Street bastards. And then you got the Democrats at the same breath trying to point at those Wall Street bastards. They're like, hey, look, those Wall Street bastards took the American tax-paying dollar. We need to limit people's incomes now. We need to limit how much people can earn for a living now, because that's not right. Even though we caused that,
Even though we signed in the law the Wall Street bankers open rate on the tax-paying system, but, you know, the American people don't really care.
Just like old Chuck Schumer said, huh? When talking about the Stimulus Package 2 bill. The American people really don't care. And that's on my website, folks, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. It's at the bottom of the page. Old dumbass Chuck Schumer over here, he said it on the Senate floor during the debates of the Stimulus Package 2 bill. He said that the American people don't care about all the garbage that they're allowing these corporations raid on their American tax dime. So I'm waiting for old SETI J to give me a call, and I'd love for him to justify this. I mean, I'd love for him to justify it. I'm going to take these 2 111 calls one more time. And if I don't hear a SETI J, all right? If I don't hear some liberal fruity ass or somebody taking up for the liberal persuasion, then this just goes to show, this should go to show everyone that's out there listening to this program right now, whether live or in the archive, that liberals are a bunch of crap. All right? Liberals are a bunch of garbage. 1111, you're on the air. What do you want?
Radio.
That's great. You know, I'm sure whoever shitted you out of their uterus hole is so proud that you're sitting in their basement utilizing a bunch of sound effects processors and a bunch of garbage to act like you're some sort of a alien from outer space giving me a call because you're disagreeing with what's happening here on Earth. You know, what a nipple clamp loving, red-headed, four-eyed, freckle-faced, beaten stepchild. I mean, honestly, folks, I mean, can't we grow up? 1111, you're on the air.
Just say you love me for the rest of my life.
Are you a fruity ass? Answer the question.
Come on, the Chicago song, because I can't go on.
I mean, everybody listen to this fruity ass bastard.
Because I'm all someone cock.
I mean, do you hear this fruity-ass bastard? This is liberalism right here. I wouldn't be surprised if this is SETI's crew over here. Because he knows, you know, SETI over here and, you know, all these liberal goons, they know that I will give them a verbal ass raping with no Vaseline, and there's nothing they can do about it. They know that I will make them look lower than a mental midget, for heaven's sake, because they have no substance to back up their rhetoric. No substance whatsoever. 1111, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah.
This is SETI.
Oh, no, it's the great SETI. All right, let's go ahead. Let's hear it. Justify it.
I tried to do people with me, man. You're tripping, dude.
No, I want you to justify Barack Obama and the liberal regime giving away our tax-paying dollars to Wall Street and then blaming Wall Street for giving themselves big bonuses that they knew that they were going to get and justifying putting caps on people's incomes because of it. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, I will. Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank my fellow friend George W. Bush. I'd like to thank him because he set up this nice little plan of his to make sure everything was going to fail before Obama came in anyway. So, first of all, let's give him a hand. And second of all,
wait a minute. I mean, can you just get to the point? I mean, I know you're going back to the old George W. Bush thing, but this is a liberal-dominated Congress.
I'm trying to.
This is a liberal-dominated Congress, liberal-dominated Senate, a liberal-dominated executive branch. We should be seeing heads roll. We should be seeing change in dramatic form, but we're not. Why?
Okay, if I'm going to call in and I'm going to ask civil, you're going to at least stop yelling in my dang ear.
Well, why don't you get to the point? I don't want to hear George Bush crap. I want you to hold your boy Obama accountable, and I want you to justify his crap now.
All right, here we go. But I can say this. As far as with the health care plan, I don't really
I don't really agree with the health care plan that much.
Oh, so you love Obama, but you hate his health care plan. Okay, you're already contradicting yourself. Go ahead.
You're cutting me off. There's some things I don't agree with that he's doing right now. That is true. I don't agree. There's some things I don't agree with he's doing. The health care thing is one of them. I'd like to say that's one of the things that does not fit in the health care plan.
So I'm asking you, what has he done for the country, sir?
Well, the economy actually has picked up because
it has picked up. How is it picked up?
And fourth quarter sales, as we are speaking, they actually have been getting better. And me being in retail, I've watched the tail end of the third quarter actually making a turnaround.
So you're justifying our whole economy based on retail sales, based on consumption.
Well, no, I'm just saying I'm pointing out one little thing at a time. Like that, like for instance, that was one of the things that like last year it was like really bad, and I know it's like it was real bad because I watched like when I work at the sales were like really bad, and like people and you would watch how you could tell how the economy is, like how people are spending their money and whatnot.
Sir, I know that you've been listening to some talking head and you want to impress us with your vast knowledge of talking points, but look at 10% unemployment. All right, look at the fact that our gross domestic product. Do you know what a gross domestic product is, sir?
Yes, I do, sir.
Our gross domestic product is consumption over production. We consume more than we produce, and the only thing we produce is cheeseburgers and entertainment, and the foreigners are taking those jobs away from us. So
I think I can also add to this, too. It's not, I'm like, and this comes from a Democrat. Honestly.
Are you drunk, sir?
No, I'm not drunk. I'm not going to see you thinking about the point. Okay. The point is, it doesn't matter who's going to be in office. I don't really think it's an American thing that's having this problem, this turnaround on the economy right now. I think it has a lot to do with a bunch of foreigners who are imposing the way they want the state to turn out, and that's what's going on there.
What the hell are you talking about, sir? I don't understand one word you're speaking. I thought I was trying to take your call so that you can inform me and enlighten my listeners what Barack Obama has done for this great country. And first of all, you started off with a negative saying, well, I don't like his health care. Well, join the club. So I'm asking you, can you explain to me? Explain to me what Obama has done.
Hold on, explain to me what the conservatives have done and why. You trying to tell me that
the conservatives are not in power. The conservatives are not in power.
That's not going to prove anything. That's really dumb.
The conservatives are not in power, ass clown. All right, this is a liberal-dominated system. Do you understand what that means?
Explain when y'all were in power for the past 8 years. Explain that one.
For the past 8 years, it was a good economy, the highest home ownership rate.
No,
are you kidding me? George W. Bush.
Economy was they already were declaring the recession. Don't try to play that crap now.
What are you saying?
At least you got to do it. Make sure that you know what you're talking about completely. Because
what are you saying? Now, we can't understand you, sir.
You're not listening. That's what I'm saying. You're not even listening.
You're mumbling. Not even my listeners can understand what you're saying. Now, can you explain to me what exactly you're saying?
I'm not talking clearly. Maybe my stuff is coming through weird.
Are you? Look, sir. I don't mean to get racial here, but are you black?
Dude,
I'm just asking a question.
No,
are you African American?
First of all, but you just crossed the fucking line.
How am I crossing the line, sir? You're saying
because I know what you get ready to go to next. That's the first thing you want. Oh, he's black because so now he's
sir. Hold on, brother. Hold on. Let me put you on mute there for a second, there, brother. First of all, the reason I'm asking you is because you're coming out with this MF this and you're cursing at me and you're talking with the urban style vernacular, and once again you're not producing any substance to your boy Obama and his liberal regime and what they've done for this country. Okay? I mean, do you understand? I mean, you haven't proven to me one bit. You haven't produced nothing. And secondly, the reason that I'm bringing up the racial issue is because I don't understand why the African Americans are looking past what Barack Obama is initiating for this country. They're looking past this and just looking towards a racial idea. And what the liberals are doing to the African American and black community, they're using the black community as leverage to implement their agenda. I mean, haven't you heard the hype every time you criticize the liberal regime or you criticize our president? Oh, you're racist. Oh, you're against black people because you're not for our great president. I mean, this is the type of politics that we're playing. I mean, you know, we're throwing ourselves back, 75 years in race relations, for heaven's sake. Now, Seti, I'm going to put you back on the horn here, but look, I'm not calling you a racial slur. I'm not sitting here getting racist on you. I'm just asking if you're an African American, if you're black. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. And here you are trying to play the political correctness race card as if I said something, as if I just said the N-word or something. See, this is what liberals do to you, folks. This is what liberals do. They'll try to utilize this political correctness to subjugate you and to shut you up. So go ahead, Seti. What do you have to say for yourself now?
I think that's to say because you did that shit on fucking purpose, and you wanted to say, you say I was black, and then you categorized me in every fucking, that was not why I said you were fucking racist for that shit, because
I'm a racist now.
I'm tired of everyone always wanting to say that, because as soon as you said I was black, you said that I thought the exact same way as everybody else was black. And that shit was kind of fucking low, and you know that shit. But because you got your
look at how you're talking. Look at how you're talking, man. Look at how you're conducting yourself.
Because you yelling at everybody on the fucking line, and you're gonna sit here and tell me something like that. That's dumb. All you say is yelling for years.
Get him off the line. Get this stupid idiot off the line, please. Get him off. I mean, folks, did you hear what that whole situation that took place there? This whole SETI situation. I mean, that whole situation took about 20 minutes, and what did we get out of it, huh? I mean, he was flapping his fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboard, talking all kinds of malarkey, but when he called up, what kind of substance did he have? He had nothing! And, of course, folks, I'm not trying to get racial here. As a matter of fact, I've been one of the, leading voices for the black community to get up and start realizing their position in society at this point. And instead of, holding on to this ridiculous racial divide, this racial separatism, why don't you do what Malcolm X said? And I strongly advise you to, and everybody for that matter, everyone should read Malcolm X's autobiography as told to by Alex Haley. It's one of the greatest books that I've ever read in my life. All right? And the reason it was because it gives you true black strife in America. All right? True black strife. When, African Americans and black people had a reason to sit here and cry racism and cry oppression and cry struggle. All right? I mean, why don't you do what Malcolm X said and look at your community and understand the contradictions within it? And what is the contradiction within it? I put a post on my blog today, and you can look at that post at ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. It was about two rappers. They call themselves Method Man and Red Man, all right? And of course, they're black rappers. They're hip-hop artists. They were being interviewed by some radio station host, and the radio station host brought it up to their attention in the interview that one of their fellow hip-hop rap stars, and they're rappers, his name is Nas, believe it or not. That's the name of the rapper, Nas. Nas has to pay his wife, or his now ex-wife, Khalees. I know this sounds like a damn, baby daddy story, but, try to stick with me. Try to stick with me here, all right? Nas has to pay his ex-wife, Khalees, $55,000 a month. $55,000 a month in child support. And the host of the program brought it up to Redman and Method Man's attention, and these idiots went ballistic. I mean, they were damn near crying. They looked like scolded middle school children sitting in a corner somewhere, for Christ's sake. And after this program, folks, I strongly advise you to go to the blog at ghostpolitics.blogspot.com and check out that blog and every other blog on that true conservative site, and leave me a couple of comments about some of this malarkey. But the reason I bring this up is because this Method Man and Redman, I mean, they went off. I mean, they were completely disgusted when they realized that their fellow hip-hop rapper, Nas, was getting hit up for $55,000 a month by his ex-wife, Khalees, which is another hip-hop star. But I find it funny that these two morons were bitching that Khalees got $55,000 a month. I mean, why are these hip-hop artists bitching? It is the whole idea of rap and hip-hop, the whole genre of rap and hip-hop, that has induced this whole mentality. It's this whole culture of rap and hip-hop that has induced the malarkey that we are witnessing before our very eyes, for heaven's sake. And what really makes me sick is that these black people in America, they have been hoodwinked. They have been bamboozled because they actually believe that this hip-hop rap culture is somehow correlated with their existence, with their community. And it is not. I mean, don't you understand that the individuals that fund the hip-hop and rap genre of entertainment are white people and Jewish people? They're not black people, folks. So you take a look at these rap stars that these individuals within the hip-hop and rap community look up to. 50 Cent, huh? 50 Cent is a fake actor. He's an actor. This is an individual who took the name of a dead gangster out of Brooklyn, New York. This is a true story, folks. You can look it up for yourself. 50 Cent, you know, the infamous rapper that you see, you know, selling vitamin, mineral water, or whatever the hell he's doing now. This is the same individual that took the name 50 Cent off of a dead gangster out of Brooklyn, New York, and he's actually trying to take his identity with that. He's trying to take his identity in the process. He's trying to claim all the criminal activity that this 50 Cent character in Brooklyn, who's now dead, that did back in the day. It's a disgrace, but you have all these individuals within the hip-hop and rap community actually believing that old 50 Cent was out there gang-banging in the hood and getting shot 5 times, and, you know, it's just disgusting, you know? It's a disgrace. It's what it is. It's an utter disgrace. But you know what's really unfortunate is that black America actually believes that this ridiculous, grotesque hip-hop rap culture is somehow identified with the black community. And it is not. I mean, and, you know, what's really unfortunate is that when you talk about these subject matters, you're going to have the type of reaction that you heard from the individual SETI, who, when I asked if he was an African-American or black, he got all offended and acted like I don't know, you know, pissed in his Cheerios or something, talking that political correctness crap. But this is what I'm talking about, folks. I think that the African-American community and the black community, I hate saying the word African-American because it's a politically correct, condescending, liberal terminology. I mean, if I was black, I'd be personally offended if somebody called me an African-American. I think it's disgraceful. I think it's a disgusting terminology. It's just that it just reemphasizes that pussy-pampered, politically correctness crap. All right, I mean, but if I was a part of the black community, I'd be ashamed. All right, I'd be ashamed of all the disgusting filth that is being pushed upon my community, and not only my community if I was black, but every other community within the United States, into believing that all these characters that are hopping around videos and, you know, wearing their pants below their asses and, you know, wearing all the bling-bling and all this other malarkey, that these people are actually legitimate. And they are not legitimate, folks. These people are fake. They are actors. And, once again, if you're a part of the black community, I understand the black strife in America. I mean, America has a horrible history of slavery and, a whole bunch of oppression to black people in this country. But we're living in a new age, in a new America. We have the Civil Rights Act that was enacted thanks to great patriotic Americans that fought for that cause. We have hate crime bills that prevent such types of racist and disgusting acts of history's past. So I say that the black community needs to understand that they can no longer fall back on the whole black strife little card, if you will, the whole black stripe card, or, oh, I'm black in America, and it's this, it's that. No, it's garbage. This is an equal opportunity in this country. If you have the skills to pay the bills, you will get paid. You can be what you want to be in this country, whether you're gay, whether you're black, whether you're Chinese, whether you're white, as long as you're an American citizen and abide by the rule of law and love this country and love the Constitution, you can do whatever you want in this country. So to sit here and continuously go back to that racial divide, that racial card, it's only throwing your community back 50, 75 years in race relations within this melting pot of country. And what the black community needs to do is they need to identify the contradictions that are within their community, all right? I mean, they need to understand the contradictions within their community, and one that stands out like a sore thumb is the damn hip-hop rap crap. I mean, they need to flush that out like a bad habit, like a dirty enema bag. They just need to flush it out. The second thing is the epidemic of black women no longer wanting to have anything to do with black men. And I'm not trying to say this as if I'm some sort of expert in the black community, but I'm looking at the phenomena happening right before my eyes. I mean, let me tell you, I'm a big fan of Judge Lynn Toler of Divorce Court. I don't mean to keep plugging Judge Lynn Toler, but I feel that she's a great black woman who understands, the seriousness of the situation, not only within the black community, but its effects on the everyday American community. And she basically tells it how it is to her own community, and she's ridiculed for it. She's not out there, highlighted on BET like that disgusting drag queen-looking broad, Wendy Williams. I'm just saying that black people need to understand that this black women not going with black men anymore, why is that happening? Well, don't you think it has a lot to do with the hip-hop culture? I mean, folks, we got 8 minutes left in the program. When this program's over, please go to the blog at Ghost Politics, ghostpolitics.blogspot.com, and take a look at Redman and Method Man getting pissed off at police getting a $55,000 child support judgment against their homie Nas. And what they need to ask themselves as fellow rappers that contributed to the degradation of this country, they need to understand it was them that contributed to this idea of having women going out and becoming philanderous prostitutes. It was their influence that turned our males out here into a bunch of sexual deviants and criminals. All right? I mean, do you understand what I'm saying here, folks? I mean, this is just an utter disgrace. And you see what true or I shouldn't say African American, but what true black intellectuals should understand is that they need to disassociate themselves with the black separatism, just as Malcolm X did at the end of his life. And you see, why isn't Malcolm X more highlighted within the black community? I'll tell you why Malcolm X isn't highlighted within the black community. Because he understood that the whole reason he was a black separatist to begin with was it was just an outcry, a response to all the legitimate black strife that he was put through his entire life. And then when he realized that black separatism was not the way to go, and that there were actual people of all colors, of all races, sympathetic to his cause and sympathetic to him, and looked past him beyond a black person and looked at him as a human being. Malcolm X decided to go away from that black separatism, and what happened? His fellow black brethren killed him because of it. Oh, isn't that great, folks? Isn't that great? I mean, that's a shame. That is a horrible story. Malcolm X, a horrible story. And I don't mean to be getting off on this race tirade, but I strongly advise you, if you are a black person, a conservative black person, listening to my program, you need to understand that you need to identify these problems within your community, and you need to do whatever it takes to try to get as many people that are around you not to fall hook, line, and sinker with the traditional pseudo cliche of what a black person is in America. And I don't mean to be racial, but, you know, I never claim to be politically correct, folks. All right? So, once again, I didn't mean to get off on this racial rant here, but once again, folks, I mean, you know, the reason I'm getting off on this racial rant is because we have the liberals and the feminists, the liberal regime that's in power, utilizing racial politics to avoid any kind of debate on their issues. Anytime you have any kind of criticism towards any of the issues put forth by these liberals, you're a racist. If you're against something that Barack Hussein Obama is initiating, you're a racist bastard. You're a grand dragon, for heaven's sake. And that's why I'm bringing up this racial issue. And because SETI, you know, he decided to, you know, be a focal point of tonight's program by flapping his fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboard, thinking that he had some substance, when I basically, you know, I made this man look lower than Roseanne Barr chasing after a greasy cheeseburger with her hands tied behind her back, bent over backwards. And the only reason that, you know, this individual, you know, got all huffy and puffy is because I asked him if he was a black man. I asked him if he was black. And you see, that's how politically correct. That's how these liberals have the African-American or black community. They have them constantly on the struggle. And, folks, this is an equal opportunity country. I mean, why do you think, and there's only 3 minutes left in the program, all right? Why do you think that successful black Americans, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Cosby, I mean, you know, successful black Americans, why aren't they reinvesting in their communities in America? Why aren't they going into the ghettos, the black ghettos, and, you know, building up community centers? Why do you think they're not doing that sort of thing? Because they don't want to do it. Do you understand? Because they realize that, hey, this is an equal opportunity playing field. And, you know, with all due respect to my fellow brethren, maybe they just need to dust themselves off of that whole racial strife malarkey that has been bombarded in their brains by these leftists and these feminists, and they need to get up, get out, and get something, just like Outkast said in the first Southern Playalistic album. They need to get up, get out, and get something and do something with their life instead of being criminal-minded degenerates that are, you know, hopping around poontang like rabbits looking for another hole to penetrate. I mean, it's a disgrace. Anyway, folks, we got 2 minutes left in the program. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me on this edition of the True Conservative Radio program. I believe I may definitely have another show tomorrow, same place, same time, So please spread the word about the True Conservative Radio program. And whenever you feel like you want to follow me on Twitter, please go ahead and follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/ghostpolitics. And once again, folks, check out the blog, ghostpolitics.blogspot.com, folks. And this holiday season, why don't you get all the liberals that are within your family an I'm a Conservative, damn it, t-shirt from the True Conservative shop at cafepress.com/ghostpolitics. Anyway, folks, I am definitely going to have a show tomorrow. So please bookmark the webpage, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. I know I got a bunch of pages, I got a bunch of websites, but bookmark and add them to your favorites, folks, because we're going to keep on trucking. I guarantee you that this show will not stop because a bunch of liberals are going to write to Blog Talk Radio saying, oh, he's too mean, he's a meanie, and we don't like him, and we want him censored. No dumbass little liberal or bulldyke feminist is going to write my sponsors and say, oh, you need to stop sponsoring him. And speaking of which, folks, please patronize the sponsors, all right? It's the only thing I ask. Patronize the sponsors. It's just a freaking click, for heaven's sake. Anyway, folks, thank you all very much for listening to me. Until next time, long live the conservative movement and death to feminism.
Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.